Okay, let's dive in. We're looking at this diagram you sent over, showing something called the medallion architecture. Looks like a way to structure data flow.
That's right. It's a really popular pattern, actually. The idea is to bring some order to, well, often it's data chaos, let's be honest.
Data chaos, yeah, sounds familiar.
Right. So this architecture gives a clear path. It's about taking all that raw stuff coming in and turning it into something genuinely useful, something reliable.
Okay, so our mission here is
Hmm.
to really trace that path shown in the diagram. How do
Right.
we get from just raw data bits to, insights or maybe feeding an app?
Exactly. It's essentially a multi-stage process. Think of it like refining metal. You start raw and get progressively cleaner, more valuable, hence the names.
The names bronze, silver, and gold. I see them there. Makes intuitive sense.
Precisely. It's a layered approach. Each stage or layer builds on the previous one, adding quality and structure as you go.
All right, let's start at the beginning then. Bronze. What's happening in this first layer? What kind of data are we talking about?
Bronze is your landing zone. It's the first stop for data coming into your system. Think of it as the raw archive.
Raw archive. So unchanged.
Pretty much. You want to capture it exactly as it arrived.
Yeah.
The diagram shows different sources, right? You've got things like plain CSV files, maybe data coming from traditional ETL processes.
ETL, extract, transform, load. Got it.
Yep. And you see cloud storage listed too, AWS, S3, GCP, Azure. Very common sources these days. Data just lands there first.
And it mentions copy into and snowpipe as ways to load it.
Yeah, those are specific commands or services, like in Snowflake or other data warehouses. They're designed for getting large amounts of data efficiently from those staging areas like S3 into the actual data platform.
But the key is it's still raw in bronze.
Exactly. Minimal, if any, transformation. You keep that original fidelity.
Why is that so important? Why not just clean it up immediately?
Great question. It's about traceability, lineage. If you have an issue later on, maybe a calculation seems off in your final report.
You can go back to the original.
Precisely. Or for compliance, audits, you need that untouched record. It's your historical source of truth, completely reproducible.
Okay, the original evidence. Makes sense. So from bronze, data moves on to silver.
Correct. Silver is where the refinement really begins. This is where you start cleaning, validating, maybe combining data
The
sets.
diagram shows a transformation icon here and mentions ETL again plus DBT.
Right. So more ETL can happen, but DBT, that's data build tool, is very popular now for handling just the T, the transformation part, often using SQL.
So what kind of transformations are typical in silver?
You'd be doing things like handling missing values, maybe standardizing date formats, removing duplicates, basically making the data consistent.
Okay.
And you might join data from different bronze tables. For example, joining customer information with their orders to get a richer view.
So silver data is cleaner, more structured, more trustworthy than bronze.
Definitely. It's validated, conformed. It's often where data analysts or scientists might start their exploration because it's more reliable than the raw stuff.
Got it. Bronze is raw history, silver is cleaned and integrated. That leaves gold. Sounds like the finished product.
That's the idea. Gold is the highly curated, business-focused layer. It's optimized for consumption.
Consumption like dashboards and reports. I see those listed.
Exactly. Charts, dashboards, business intelligence reports. It also mentions cubes.
Cubes. What are data cubes?
Think of them as pre-calculated summaries of data organized along business dimensions like time, product, region. They make it really fast to query and analyze, to slice and dice the data for reporting. OLAP cubes, they're sometimes called.
Ah, okay. So gold data is aggregated, summarized,
Yeah.
ready for specific uses, like feeding those dashboards or even apps directly.
Yes, precisely. It's modeled for specific business needs. Very clean, very focused. You wouldn't typically do heavy-duty cleaning or complex joins on gold data. That should have happened in silver.
So it's a clear flow then.
Yep.
Bronze stats of over gold, increasing quality, structure, and I guess immediate value at each step.
Absolutely. You can see the journey from just raw input to something really actionable. And look at the diagram. It shows slightly different paths. Maybe some data goes through heavy transformation, some less so. It's flexible.
Right. And connecting this back to, why someone should care, this whole structure seems designed to prevent headaches.
It really is. Instead of everyone wrestling with raw, messy data every single time they need a report, you have these reliable stages. You build on the work done before.
So less duplicated effort, better consistency, faster insights.
That's the goal. Quality and speed. You trust the data in silver and gold because it's gone through that defined process.
Makes a lot of sense. We've traced it from the raw intake in bronze, through that crucial cleaning and structuring in silver, all the way to the polished, ready-to-use data in gold.
A clear path from noise to signal, essentially.
So a final thought then,
Yeah.
maybe for you listening.
Yeah, maybe consider this. The diagram shows different ways data gets in at the start and different tools like ETL and DBT for transforming it. What does that tell you about the real-world challenges this architecture is built to handle? And perhaps where do your own data processes fit or maybe could fit within a structure like this? Something to mull over.